Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy. Today, you will learn ship control. First, look at your instruments. Top right is the compass. It displays the heading of your ship, the direction you're looking, and the whereabouts of enemy units. Bottom right is your helm. It displays the setting of your engine and rudder, and your current speed. Center screen is the crosshair. It shows you where you're aiming. Bottom left is the unit window. Now it displays information about your current unit. The initials to the right of the name tell you the class. DD stands for destroyer. Your other instruments are detailed in later tutorials. Move the throttle control up or down to change engine setting. Settings are full speed, half, and back. Use the rudder controls to steer the ship. Once set, your ship will continue turning until you straighten it. Yellow arrows point out your objectives. Head to the yellow arrow. Now, that was a splendid piece of navigation, sailor. While you're in control of a ship, you can look and aim your weapons in a different direction from the one you're traveling. Try looking around. Looks like you got it. The indicator on the compass shows you the direction you're looking compared to the direction you're heading. You also have binoculars for taking a closer look at things. Use the binoculars to zoom in on the carrier. Excellent work, sailor. Welcome to the live firing range. Today, you will learn to use your ship's guns. This destroyer is armed with anti-air guns, artillery, torpedoes, and depth charges. Not all ships have all of these weapons. For example, a battleship has only anti-air and artillery. Anti-air is called AA for short. It takes the form of multiple machine guns placed around the deck. When you pull the trigger, every gun that can see the crosshair will fire. Some ships also mount flak guns. Those fire shells that explode. That C-47 Dakota is going to drop target parachutes around your ship. Shoot down 5 quickly. Aim the crosshair using the mouse or joystick. When you're on target, your crosshair alters shape to indicate a lock-on. Remember, the faster your target is moving, the further out in front of it you have to aim. Press the Use Weapon control to fire. You can also shoot from binocular view, which can help you aim more accurately. Good shooting, son. Now to move on to the next weapon, artillery. These are the main guns carried by every warship. Use the change weapon control to change weapon. Look how your crosshair alters when you switch. Your target will be that cargo hulk there. While she moves into position, let's explain how artillery works. You must aim artillery at a solid surface, such as an enemy ship or fortress. If your target is out of range, your guns will not fire. Have a go at firing the guns. Look at the indicator lights around the crosshair, one for each turret. A red light means the turret cannot fire where you're aiming. A yellow light means the turret can see the target point, but is still turning to aim. A green light means the turret is ready to fire. A flashing red light indicates reloading. Shoot that cargo hulk 5 times. Great stuff. Let's move on. The most dangerous weapon in your arsenal is the torpedo. Torpedoes hit below the waterline, making them the most reliable way to sink an enemy. Switch to your torpedo tubes now. Torpedoes are fired like any other weapon, but because they float, weapon elevation does not matter. Although torpedoes are powerful, they are slow. Firing a spread makes it harder for your enemy to avoid them. She's going down. Let's move on. Your final weapon system is the depth charge. Switch to depth charge now.
We did it! She's heading for the coral.
Now, the depth charge is the only weapon that is effective against submerged submarines. Cannot be aimed, but rather a drop from the back of the ship. They explode once they reach a preset depth, or if they come close to an enemy sub. Try dropping some now. Well, as you can see, when you drop depth charges, you go to a special camera to track them. Move the camera control to rotate this camera. You can steer the ship at the same time. Today, you will learn to use the map interface to issue tactical commands. Access the map screen now by pressing the Map button. The map screen shows you your mission area, all friendly units, and any detected enemy units. Your selected unit is highlighted in yellow. This window shows you that unit. This window shows you a unit's target, or the unit that is beneath your cursor. This panel displays objective details and button help. If you're not sure what to do next, review your objectives. Press the Show Objectives button to enter objective mode. This panel shows you the status of your objectives. A gray number means the objective is active. A green number means the objective has been completed. A red number means it has failed. Cycle through objectives by using the cycle controls. Press either Cancel or the Show Objectives button to exit objective mode. Press the Zoom key to zoom in. The map zooms in on the area where your crosshair is centered. When the map is at maximum zoom, extra detail is revealed, such as fortifications and individual planes. Press the Zoom Out key to zoom back out. At middle zoom, you can still see individual ships, but individual planes and land units become hidden. Now, zoom out again. At highest zoom, all that is shown is the flagship or squadron leader for each formation. The highlighted area around your unit is their detection area. The light-colored area is the visual detection area. The darker colored area is the radar detection area. Units detected by radar are displayed as unknown. That is because all that is known about them is their position and type. Finally, the green area is the sonar area. Sonar is the only method of detecting a submerged submarine. The cursor is used to select units and issue orders. When you put the cursor over a unit, its details will display in the target window at the top left. Put your cursor over the Fletcher-class destroyer berthed next to your Clemson, and press the Select Unit key to select it. Good, good. You can also use the crosshair to issue orders to your currently selected unit. Pressing the Move To key will order that Fletcher to move to a designated point. Order it to move to the yellow waypoint. The blue line shows you where it's going. As you can see, the Fletcher is obeying your orders. Your Fletcher has detected an enemy ship. Press the Move To key again to order it to attack. The red line indicates an attack order. That means your unit will move into range on the targeted unit and engage. A unit with an attack order will circle the enemy, firing until it sinks.
Vessel is headed for the bottom, sir.
Well done! Now, there's another way to select friendly units, which is using the cycle unit controls. Use them to select the Catalina flying boat. You can create a navigation path by pressing Move To multiple times. Give the Catalina a navigation path between those 3 waypoints, starting with waypoint 1 and ending with waypoint 3. Outstanding! Catalina will fly along the path you have created. If you want to cancel a move or attack order, press the Cancel key. Good, good. An airborne plane circles when you cancel its orders. Or you can tell it to circle one of your ships by using the Move To command. That command is useful for putting up CAP, or Combat Air Patrol, over your ships or land bases. Order the Catalina to circle your Clemson. Great job! You have completed the map tutorial. Press the map key to exit the map. Welcome to the Naval Academy Damage and Repair tutorial. In the event that you actually end up in a shooting war, you'll need to know how and what to do if your vessel comes under fire. The U.S. Navy prides itself on its damage control, and we expect you to uphold that tradition. This screen allows you to review the damage status of your ship and also gives you the ability to do something about it. Let's run through the various elements now. This is the status panel. It shows you where on your ship damage has occurred and how severe that damage is. These are the leak icons. If your ship has suffered a leak, it's going to take on water. Take on too much water, and your ship will sink. These icons show you where on the ship a leak has occurred and how severe that leak is. These are the component icons. Each of these represents one of the systems of your ship. These are as follows. This is the rudder icon. If the rudder gets too damaged, you'll not be able to steer your ship. This is the engine room icon. A malfunction here will mean your ship will stop moving. These are the fire icons. A fire on your ship which rages out of control will eventually cause the ship magazine or fuel tank to explode. This is generally a very bad thing. The final icon represents the flight deck. Only carriers have this icon. If the flight deck malfunctions, a carrier will not be able to launch or land aircraft. This is the flooding panel. It shows you how much water has flooded into your ship through a leak. If the flooding indicator reaches the top of the panel, then the ship will sink. This is the hull damage display. Any hit your ship takes will damage the hull. Once the hull is completely damaged, any new hit will automatically cause a leak to the ship. This is the crew panel. It allows you to assign crew members to repair a specific area of the ship. Now, by default, your entire crew is at general quarters. This means that they will try to repair all damage evenly. However, you can order them to focus their efforts on a specific part of the ship. Let's see how this works. Okay, let's simulate a torpedo hit on your ship. A torpedo always hits below the waterline, which means it always causes a leak to your ship. When this happens, the leak icon appears. This means you've got a job to do, sailor. Get back to the repair screen quickly.
We're taking on water, sir.
As you can see, the ship has suffered a leak and is taken on water. Let's order the crew to do something about it. Put all 3 crew members on water repair duty. Putting crew members on a specific repair duty will significantly increase how quickly that duty is completed. However, other repair tasks will be carried out more slowly as a result. The leak icon has cleared, meaning the crew has sealed the leak by shutting off compartments within the ship. They will now start pumping water out of the ship. Well, the crew has now pumped out as much water as they can. However, they will be unable to pump water out of the compartments they have sealed. If your ship suffers too many leaks, eventually the crew will be unable to seal off enough compartments to prevent your ship from sinking. As you have seen, damage below the water line is very dangerous. Now, let's simulate an attack to the ship above the water line, as can be caused by artillery and bomb damage. The warning icon to the right of the screen shows that your ship has suffered an engine malfunction as a result of this attack. This means it's lost its ability to maneuver. Let's go back to the repair screen and fix it.
Sir, engine failure. We're losing power.
As you can see, the engine icon is flashing red. This shows it has taken 100% damage, which has resulted in a malfunction. Engine and steering malfunctions are both repaired by assigning crew members to maneuver repair duty. Put some men on maneuver repair now. Well done. The crew is now repairing the engine. As long as the engine icon is flashing red, there is a malfunction. The icon has now stopped flashing, meaning the malfunction has been repaired. But the icon is still red. This shows that there is still damage to the engine, meaning that another hit can easily cause another malfunction. When an icon is red, a component has more than 50% damage. A yellow icon means that the component has less than 50% damage. A clear icon means that the component is not damaged at all. By repairing components before they malfunction, you will greatly enhance your ship's performance in combat. Okay, now let's simulate a fire drill. This bombhead has started a fire on your ship, as you can see both visually and from the fire icon at the right of the screen. Fire is one of the sailor's greatest enemies, so let's get it extinguished and pronto. To the repair screen, sailor. Fire works differently from other malfunctions. Any hit on the flammable parts of your ship can cause a fire. Once a fire has started, that section will continue to take damage until it is put out. If the burning section takes 100% damage, an explosion will be caused, which will almost certainly destroy the ship. A flashing yellow icon indicates that the fire is not too severe, whereas a flashing red fire icon indicates that there is a great danger of an explosion occurring. Put that fire out now, sailor. You handled that well, sailor. Now then, the last thing that can go wrong with your ship is damage to the weapons. Let's simulate a weapons malfunction. That bombhead has taken out your front turret, which is going to reduce your effectiveness as a fighting unit. Order crewmen to repair the damage now. You'll notice that there is no damage icon on the status panel. Now this is because weapon damage is shown separately. The red light on the crew panel next to weapon repair duty shows there is a problem. Get some men working on it right now, sailor. When you have the highlight on weapon repair duty, the status panel will change to show you the damage status of all weapons on your ship. The icons you see represent the main turrets and the torpedo tubes. As with other components, flashing red means there is a malfunction and the gun is not working, while red and yellow icons mean heavy and light damage respectively. Excellent work, Sailor. You have now completed the damage and repair tutorial. I hope you never have cause to use the knowledge you've just acquired. That is all for today. Dismissed. Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Carrier Operations Tutorial. Aircraft carriers are controlled just like regular ships. Armed only with AA weapons, their main form of attack is their air wing of fighters and bombers, which can be launched to attack all forms of targets. To launch planes, you must first access the flight deck. This is achieved by pressing the flight deck control. Try doing this now. Good. As you can see, the flight deck panel has opened in the bottom right of the screen. This shows you the status of the carrier squadrons. A carrier can launch up to 4 squadrons at any one time, but no more than a total of 12 planes. The amount of planes you have in the air is displayed at the top of the flight deck panel. The 4 large icons represent the status of each of your 4 squadrons. The H icon means that all the squadrons are currently berthed in the carrier's hangar. Below the squadron icons are the squadron details, which shows you the type and number of planes that make up a squadron, as well as what armament they are equipped with in addition to their machine guns. Let's try launching some aircraft. First, you need to move the highlight to the squadron you wish to launch. Let's start with Squadron 3. Good. Now, as you can see, Squadron 3 is composed of 2 F-4F Wildcat fighters. These are ideal for protecting the carrier against air attack. Before we launch them, let's increase the number of planes in the squadron. Highlight the number assigned setting and increase the number of aircraft in the squadron to 5. Excellent. 5 planes is the maximum size for any squadron. Also shown on the assigned setting is the number of planes of that type that you have in reserve below decks. Now let's get these Wildcats airborne. Press the Give Order button to give the launch order. Well done! The squadron icon has now changed to the takeoff symbol, and the carrier deck elevator is bringing the Wildcats up to the flight deck for launch. While the Wildcats take off, Let's ready the next squadron for launch. Select Squadron 1. Okay, you've selected a squadron of dauntless dive bombers, which are ideal for attacking all manner of surface targets. However, they currently have no armament attached to them. Access the ordnance setting and equip them with 1,000-pound bombs. Great work. Now, you know, different aircraft have access to different ordnance loadouts, so it's worth experimenting with these. Now the Dauntlesses are armed and ready, let's find something for them to attack. There's a target cargo ship in the bay. Let's order them to bomb it. First of all, you'll need to select the ship as the carrier's target. You'll need to close the flight deck panel to do this. Well done. Now, go back to the flight deck. Good. Now that the carrier has a target, you can order the highlighted squadron to launch and attack it. You do this by pressing the Attack Target button. Order the Dauntless Squadron to attack the cargo ship. Excellent. The Dauntless Squadron will now launch and attack the carrier's target. While they are doing so, let's run through the other commands you can perform on the flight deck. First of all, you can tell an airborne squadron that you wish them to return to the carrier and land. You do this by highlighting the squadron and pressing the Give Order button until the icon changes to the land symbol. Tell your Wildcat squadron to return to the carrier now. Very good. The Wildcats will now automatically fly back to the carrier and make a landing. Once a squadron has landed, you're free to change the type and number of aircraft as well as the ordnance they carry. The final command you can use is the Jump To command, which will instantly put you in direct control of any of the carrier's active squadrons. This is done by the Jump To button. Let's use this command to go and see how the Dauntlesses are getting on. Great work! You have now completed the Carrier Operations tutorial. Lessons you have learned also apply to land-based airfields and shipyards. All right, that's all for today, sailor. Dismissed. Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Formation Command tutorial. Now that you have mastered captaining a single vessel, it's time for you to learn how to command a group of ships. For this tutorial, you have been entrusted with 2 ships, your Clemson-class destroyer, plus a modern Atlanta-class light cruiser. This arrow here indicates that you have extra units to switch to. You can switch between your units by using the unit cycle controls. Try switching to the Atlanta-class cruiser now. Good. Another way you can switch between units is by positioning the crosshair over a friendly unit and pressing the jump to control. Try doing this now. Excellent. When you have multiple units under your control, you can join them together into a formation. To join a ship to another, position the crosshair over the other ship and press the Move To button. Join the Clemson to the Atlanta now. Well done. When you join two ships together, you will see the formation bar. Now this shows you how many and what types of ships are in the formation. The highlighted icon represents the ship you are controlling, while the topmost icon represents the formation leader, which in this case is the Atlanta. If an icon has a gold border, then that ship is the key unit, and you will fail the mission if it sinks. The formation bar closes down after a few seconds, to be replaced by an indicator arrow pointing up. This shows you that your current ship is part of a formation. Try switching between formation members now. Excellent. You are now in command of the formation leader. From here, you can access the formation screen, which allows you to customize the position your units are in. Access the formation screen now. This screen shows how the formation is arranged around the leader. The formation leader is highlighted in white, while the ship highlighted in yellow is the one whose position you can change. If you have multiple follower ships, you can change between them with the cycle unit controls. To change the ship's position in the formation, move the positional marker to the place where you want the ship to move to. When you're happy with your changes, press the Accept button to confirm and exit the screen. Try repositioning your ship now. Well done! Now to get the Clemson to move into its new position, the formation itself must be moving also. So let's get the Atlanta underway and see this happen. Excellent! The Clemson is now moving to its new position in the formation. There is one more lesson to learn, and that is how to get a ship to leave formation. This can be achieved in multiple ways. One way is to give a follower ship a direct order, such as a move or attack command. However, you can also use the command menu to order a ship to leave a formation. Let's try this now. First, switch to the Clemson. Now, open the command menu and select the Leave command to order the Clemson to leave the formation. Outstanding! For the formation leader, the Leave command changes to Disband, which completely breaks up the formation. Congratulations! You have now completed the Formation Command tutorial. Dismissed. Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Ship Command tutorial. Today you will be learning how to give orders to your ships, thus freeing yourself from the need to control your vessel directly. First off, let's introduce the target window. Now, the target window appears in the top left of the screen whenever you look at a unit with the crosshair. Have a go at this now. Outstanding! The target window displays the unit's name, how far away it is, its general damage condition, and what class of ship it is. U.S. units are blue. Japanese units are red. You can set an enemy unit as an active target. You do this by pressing the target button. Try targeting the cargo ship now. An active target is indicated by the brackets changing color. White brackets indicate an active target, while white and gold brackets show the active target is also a mission objective. If an active target is in range, then your unit will automatically start firing at it with any weapon systems that are not under your direct control. You can clear a target at any time by pressing the cancel button. Do this now. Well done. Notice that your ship has stopped firing. Okay, let's make things a bit more complicated. You can also use the target button to cycle targets between all detected enemy units. Every time you press the target button, you will select the next nearest target. Try doing this now. Outstanding! You have now targeted the most distant cargo ship. However, it is out of range. One solution to this problem is to drive the ship closer to the target yourself. However, you can also use the attack command to get the ship's captain to do this for you. As you can see, the ship's captain has maneuvered to attack the target. The order status is displayed above the unit window at the bottom left of the screen. All right then, let's move on to the next topic. As well as giving a ship specific orders, you can also give it standing orders about how you want it to behave. A standing order permanently affects how a ship will behave. Torpedo avoidance affects whether or not the ship will automatically try to evade an incoming torpedo. The torpedo setting affects whether or not a ship will automatically fire torpedoes at target enemies. The default is off. Free move affects whether a ship is free to initiate its own attacks against targets, while free fire affects whether it can set its own targets. Give her a try. Set free fire to on. Well, as you can see, the ship captain has selected a target for his ship and has commenced firing. Now set free move to on. As you can see, the ship captain has ordered the ship to begin an attack maneuver. Note that you can override the captain's attack order at any time by taking control of the ship's helm. Go on, give her a try. Well done, sailor, well done. Now, as you can see, the order status has changed to cruise, indicating that you are in command of the ship. You have now completed the ship command tutorial. Congratulations. Welcome to U.S. Marine Aviation. Today you will learn to pilot a plane, including dogfighting and landing. This is an F-4F Wildcat, guardian angel of the carrier fleet. First off, try looking around. 360 awareness is needed for dogfighting. Great! Time to get this baby airborne. Set your throttle to maximum. Outstanding! Use the main controls to pilot the plane. Forward or back will gain and lose altitude, while left or right will roll it. Take time to practice. The rudder controls swing your rudder for flat turns. You're doing great. Fly to the point marked by the yellow arrow.
Sir, we've lost contact with our squadron.
Well done. It's time to learn to dogfight. A Dakota is going to drop practice targets. Shoot down 3 of them to pass the course. Targets are indicated by yellow markers. Use zoom to try out first-person mode. Okay, now shoot down those targets. Press the use weapon key to fire. Looks like you're a born fighter pilot. Let's get your plane back on the carrier. You can fly it manually, or you can order your plane to auto land. command menu and choose Land Now. To land manually, you must approach from the rear of the carrier where there are arrestor wires to catch you. You cannot land from the front. Good work! You've completed pilot training. Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Aerial Ordnance Tutorial. Here, you will learn the 4 main ways of attacking ground targets from the air. Strike aircraft are the longest ranging and often most powerful way to engage a target, so be sure to pay attention. First of all, we'll begin with level bombing. Level bombing is used by medium and heavy bombers, like the B-17 here, which drop large numbers of bombs onto a target. However, they need to be flying straight and level to do this. The bombs they use are effective against all targets. Have a go at bombing the cargo ship below. Holding down the select weapon control will activate the bomb toggle. This will display the bombing reticule below you. When the reticule is over the target, press the Use Weapon control to release your bombs. That a level bomber drops all its bombs in one go. This is a technique called carpet bombing, which maximizes the chance of a hit. Well done. A direct hit. The other type of bomber is a dive bomber, like this SBD Dauntless. Dive bombers carry only a single bomb, but they can dive down onto a target before they drop it, resulting in a far higher accuracy. This makes them particularly useful against moving targets, such as ships. Try to perform a dive bomb maneuver now on the cargo ship below you. Remember, try to get as close as you can to the target before dropping your bomb, as this will maximize your chances of a hit. Make sure you have time to pull up, though. That was right on the money. Great stuff. Final type of bomber is the torpedo bomber, like this TBF Avenger. Torpedoes are the best weapon to use against ships, as they cause damage below the waterline. However, torpedoes must be dropped when you're flying level and below an altitude of 100 feet. Otherwise, they'll detonate when they hit the water. Now perform a torpedo run on the cargo ship. Torpedoes are dropped just like bombs, but you won't see a reticule. Remember to fly low. Was perfect. We'll make a Marine aviator out of you yet, sailor. The final method of ground attack is strafing. This is using the forward firing guns of a plane to engage ground targets. However, it only works on lightly armored targets such as cargo ships, PT boats, some types of land installation. Okay, cadet, strafe that cargo ship until she goes down. Great stuff, cadet. You've passed the course with flying colors. Well done. Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Squadron Command Tutorial. Now today, you'll be learning how to give tactical commands to the plane squadrons under your control. Plane squadrons can target enemies in the same way that ships do, by pressing the target button. Target the cargo ship in front of you now. Good. When a squadron has a target, you can give the attack command from the command menu to order your wingmen to begin their attack run. The squadron wingman will also automatically attack a target when it is within a certain range. Fly close to the cargo ship now, and you'll see this happen. As you can see, the order status has now changed to straight to show that your wingmen are attacking the target. The squadron will now continue to attack the target until it is sunk or until the squadron leader gets too far away from the target. Also, you can stop your wingmen from attacking at any point by giving the regroup command from the command menu. Go on and do this now. Outstanding. they're broken off the attack and are resuming formation. Okay then, let's move on. There are certain orders that are only available to plane squadrons. One of these is the escort order. With this, you can instruct a plane squadron to escort a surface unit or other squadron and protect it against attack. Let's try doing this now. First of all, open the map screen. Good. On the map, you can see your squadron and the friendly destroyer. Order your squadron to escort the destroyer. Put the crosshair over the destroyer and press the target button. Excellent. Your squadron will now patrol the skies above the destroyer wherever it goes, and will attack any enemy planes that come close to it, provided that the squadron orders are set to free fire on. Note that, unlike ships, plane squadrons cannot be issued the free move order. This is because they can only attack enemies by moving towards them, and so they are permanently set to free move on. Instead of free move, plane squadrons can be issued the CAP order. This stands for Combat Air Patrol, which means they'll always stay close to an escorted unit and continue to protect it. Let's try doing this now. First of all, access the orders panel from the command menu. Good. Now set CAP to on. Very good. Now the cap is turned on, your squadron will always stay within 2 miles of the unit and will only attack enemies that come within that range. If there are no enemy units in that range, then they will automatically return to patrolling the skies above the escorted unit. This command is very useful for protecting your surface units from air attack, and can also be used to provide a fighter escort for your bodies. Note that selecting CAP automatically sets the squadron to free fire on, as otherwise the escorting squadron would not open fire. This concludes the squadron command tutorial. Dismissed. Welcome to the U.S. Naval Academy Submarine Tutorial. Today, you will learn all aspects of submarine warfare. Now this here is a Narwhal-class submarine, pride of the U.S. fleet. On the surface, she behaves pretty much as a normal ship does, possessing forward and rear firing torpedo tubes, as well as token AA and artillery armament. However, her ability to submerge beneath the waves is what makes this kind of boat special. Submarines have 4 depth levels they can operate at, shown on the depth indicator in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. The top level is the surface, where the boat is now. Let's try diving lower. Set the depth indicator to the 2nd level. Well done. The submarine is now submerging. When the submarine is beneath the waves, it becomes invisible to other units and can only be detected by units with sonar, such as destroyers. The submarine is now at periscope depth. At this depth, you can raise your periscope, which is used to aim torpedoes and observe your surroundings. Try raising the periscope now. Excellent. The periscope works just like binoculars, except it can't look up or down. Use the periscope to aim at the target ship and try to sink it with torpedoes. Well done. As you can see, the submarine is a fearsome predator. Be careful though, as when your periscope is raised, it's possible for other ships to spot you if you're close by. Now, down periscope, and we'll continue. Right then, let's take her deeper. Dive down to depth level 3. You are now at depth level 3. Once you are deeper than periscope level, you cannot use your periscope, and you cannot fire torpedoes. Depth level 3 is useful for skulking around, making it harder for units to hit you with depth charges. Let's simulate a depth charge attack now. This destroyer is now going to perform a practice depth charge attack on you. Remember, destroyers can detect a submerged submarine by using their sonar. If your submarine is detected on sonar, you will hear a distinctive pinging noise. This means the destroyer knows just where you are. You can view the destroyer's sonar range by looking at the map screen on the closest zoom. Looks like he's getting pretty close. Fortunately, there is something you can do when you're in this position. Try diving down to depth level 4. You are now at the lowest depth level, which happens to be below the Navy's recommended safe level of operation. That sound you hear? That's your pressure hull slowly rupturing. Stay down here too long and your hull will implode. Well, I guess I don't need to tell y'all that would be a bad thing. The good thing, though, is that at this level, you become invisible to sonar, giving you a chance to escape from enemy detection. Be careful though, it's a risky tactic Tell you the truth, I'm getting kind of nervous. Why don't you, take her back up to level 3, sailor. Oh yeah, that's better. Now, the last thing you need to know about submarines is that they have a limited oxygen supply. The O2 indicator in the bottom right will show you just how much air you have left. Oxygen slowly depletes while you're submerged, meaning that every now and then you'll have to come up to the surface to replenish your air supply. If your air supply reaches a critical level, your submarine will automatically come to the surface to prevent the crew from suffocating. An essential skill for any submariner is timing when to submerge for attack and still leave enough time to escape. You really don't want to come to the surface right next to an enemy battleship, do you now? Okay, sailor, I think that's about it. Take her up to the surface and we'll finish for the day. Congratulations, sailor. You were an outstanding student. This concludes the submarine tutorial.